No, what if we don't always know life? We don't always know how to figure things out. And why most people fear that is because they are scared of the unknown. They don't know what might come next in their life. So when we have this fear of the unknown, fear of the future, fear of experiencing all the things that we're meant to do, we're never going to put ourselves out there. You're never going to feel ready to do something. You're never going to feel ready to begin something. Welcome to my channel. Sarah here, and let's dive in. Today's topic, we're going to be talking about how fear can stop us making the move and can help us decide the path that we want to walk on. So let me tell you why kind of most people are too afraid, too scared to try out, because they're scared of failure. You know, you might be listening to this and saying, well, I have so many stress in my life that I don't know where to begin, that I don't know where to start, that I don't know how to regulate myself, that I don't know what those emotions are trying to communicate to me, because most people are very disconnected from their reality. They're very disconnected from themselves. They don't know what it is that they truly want to do because they have so much things on their to-do lists, so much tasks, and things that don't really matter to them, but they just want to fill out that block. They want to fill out that space because if they feel like there's this, sort of like maybe a feeling of emptiness, a feeling of not good enough, a feeling of whenever I try, it's not going to work, or what's the point? That's kind of most people who are living from feeling victimized, right? What's the point? And just kind of losing hope and having this fear of trying again, even after they've failed multiple times. And on those times that I actually failed in doing something or achieving a task, anything that maybe I set myself up to do and I came down to the same level and I couldn't continue. The feelings and the things I experienced was pretty tough because I wasn't able to move forward. I wasn't able to get up. I was maybe slacking, I was procrastinating, I was pushing things off because it wasn't a priority to me. It wasn't something that I have put out on my list. Anything that you pull on your list, anything that you schedule to do, you'll do it. But if you don't look at the vision, if you don't look at the goal, if you don't look at the task, and you don't know what you're going to do for the rest of your day, you're going to feel lost. You're going to feel purposeless, no passion. The goal will almost seem unreachable, that you cannot reach it unless someone gives you permission to. That permission that we've conditioned ourselves to live based upon is something we're going to always then look externally for people to give us that permission to be like, you know what, I think you're great at it. Why don't you start doing it? Why don't you try it? We almost wait for someone to give us, to hand to us the courage that we already have within us, but because we have so many blockages, so many things that come your way. Now, I used to be that person who always put tasks, who always puts myself last, and I would tend to everybody else, but not myself. What that did to me for years is I was depressed. I didn't have a vision. My goals were a dream, and I used to push it away. And one of the dreams, for example, or goals, to start this YouTube channel, but I didn't see myself as worthy to be seen. And then I didn't see myself someone who is, ready to receive people, or even worthy for others to see me and to listen to me, or whatever they gotta say. And I'm not here to preach about life being so easy, but there are ways you can, have a set of routine, have a structure of where your life is going to look like? What is your life going to look like? Where is your life going to be? And do not worry about figuring out the next 10 steps, but focus on the first 3 steps that you can take towards a goal. And be honest about yourself in this journey, because when you're honest with yourself, truly, you would then tend to see all the things that you are blocking yourself from receiving, especially women, right? If you're a woman watching this and resonating, I know what that feels like, to always have to put others first and shut down your voice and put yourself in the corner and that you don't matter, and all the voice that you start to hear about yourself. And you would think one day, none of that really matters, but I still deeply care, and it's still something that's hurting me that I don't really know what to do about it. Here's the catch, is that the more you're listening into those voices that you never wanted to question, the less connected you will be with yourself, right? And when you're developing, let's say, a set of habits and routines for yourself to begin with, that really helps to build your confidence, because when you're having a task and a goal set for yourself, for example, you have a goal for today to get out on a 30-minute run, and you put out everything else and you go do everything else just to not do that 30-minute run. And that's either because your mind is distracted, you're having so much things that you want to do and that you didn't have time to do it previously before the run, that you're like, okay, you know what, I think it's a great time to do all the things that feel lighter than the actual 30-minute run, because then that seems like a hustle, that I have to go downstairs or put up my shoe, my socks, wear on my outdoor clothes and go out. Well, that seems a bit difficult. And then you'd see all the stories, or you'd hear all the stories that as an excuse of why you're not going for a run. And that keeps piling up. And these examples can add into any area of your life. What I'm using here is example of health, because I think when you're not having your health as a priority, everything else starts to feel like it's a task and almost like a thing that you have to do. But when you're chunking down and you know what you're supposed to do for the day, you know your goal, you know your outcome, you know your intention for the day and what kind of person you want to become, is when you start stacking those habits to be something that you do naturally without even thinking about it. So when I wake up in the morning, I don't think, should I meditate or should I not? It's just something I do, like I go brush my teeth in the morning, or I brush my teeth before sleeping. So it just becomes a natural thing that my body has become used to, and that I don't have to convince myself that there's something else that is important more than the meditation. The meditation has helped me, calm myself, not looking at the phone for the first 1 hour of my morning, and just setting intention. And the worst thing that you could do for your whole mental health, for your brain, is to actually look at your phone. I know that so many people talk about this and it seems very cliche, but I'm a testimonial of that. I know what that makes me feel: unproductive and wasting time constantly. You can either be a consumer of something or a creator of something. If you want to be the creator of your life, then you need to make choices that align with that creator person of you. An example can be, I love to write. What does a writer need to do every single day to align themselves with the writer, with a writer persona or personality? What does a writer do every single day? Or if you're someone who wants to become a healthy person, what does a healthy person do every single day? What is a non-negotiable thing that they do that aligns them with the healthy person they want to become? When you start to think and shift your mind that way, you'll start to find ways to get to where you want to be, not excuses. Because if you want to do something, you won't make excuses, but you make chances, you take opportunities, you take choices to get to where you want to be. But if you're constantly making excuses, then it's something that you likely don't prioritize. I think is not important. That's why you like push it off. Certain things what we put first is job and money. Yes, you do need both these things, right, to survive. However, to have a life where you are fulfilled and successful and happy, you gotta do what you gotta do. You gotta do the things that you love. Even if you're, let's say, at a job that you don't love, even if you are in a place that you don't resonate with, what are some things that can help you align with yourself without actually betraying parts of you that love doing something? So let's say you go to work, you come back. What is it that you do? Do you watch TV? Do you numb yourself? Do you, go out with people that you don't resonate with just because you want to fit in a group and you don't want to be by yourself? What is something that you can do every single day that align you with your passions and your purpose in life? And, more on that on another video on purpose, but to live a life that you want and having that courage within you to begin something, it requires you to take a step forward. That step doesn't need to be big, right? That step can be, you know what, I feel like my intention today is to lose maybe 3 pounds, which is really not possible in a day, but my goal is to work on my body so that in weeks' time I will lose 3 pounds or 5 pounds, whatever your goal is. But if you don't set it a priority, if you don't have an emotion associated with the thing that you want to accomplish, you'll never find a reason to do it. But when you're associating emotion of joy, of happiness, of gratitude to the thing that you want to accomplish and do, that's going to elevate you and inspire you every day to take action, not just by feeling, but action. Emotion plus action equals the result that you get. So aligning and adding action to your desires and the feelings that you will feel achieving that goal is where will set you up for success. And an example that I can give you from my personal life, many years I've dreamt of, starting my own YouTube channel, become a good speaker in front of the camera with people, that I can feel confident. Doesn't mean that I won't feel anxious. Maybe I feel a little bit of butterflies, a little bit of, sweaty palms. It's just a normal human thing that everyone experiences when talking to huge, public speaking, right? It's one of the people's biggest fears, and that's something that I'm working on currently. But in order for me to get to this place where I'm comfortable speaking in front of a camera, or even talking, maybe recording videos outside, I had to practice. I had to do it every day. And how I did that is I took baby steps, that I took my phone out. How does that feel? I looked around me and nobody really cared, but some of them, if they do, it doesn't mean that they're against me. Or maybe some people looked at me and gave me weird looks, like, what is she talking about? Or what is she recording there? Some people might be just curious, that's why they're looking. It doesn't mean that the whole world is against me. It's just my perception of things, of my perception of myself and how I viewed myself. So back in the days, I would see those reactions. I'd be like, oh my God, people now hate me. And I used to be so insecure. I would even talk so quiet like that, and I wouldn't even raise my voice, not even a bit, because I would think, I just hate my voice. So I used to come from a place of, I hate my voice, I'm not worthy to be seen and heard, so I'll just hide myself. To becoming this person that you see, that is confident in who she is, that is assertive in who she is, doesn't care what people think. People can say whatever they want. It's your truth. How do you come back to your truth? What does true life feel like? What does it look like for you? What does making authentic choices look like? And that's what I teach people. How to be their authentic selves. How can you raise your vibration? How can you tap into that voice that you shut down when you were young? That you thought you were never heard? That you never worthy and deserving someone to hold you, listen to you? Right? So in order to get from that place, I needed to raise my vibration. I needed to come to a state where I believe that I'm worthy to be seen. So remember your worth, remember why you begin, and remember to stick to your goal. It might take years, it might take months, but having that self-belief is the biggest gift you can give to yourself today. If you're listening to this and resonating, then I know that a part of you is receiving me. So if you saw that this resonated with you, be sure to give me a thumbs up. It really helps to support my channel and giving out free resources and videos for you guys to benefit from. Feel free to share it with someone, a friend, or a dear one that will benefit from this. Alright, without further ado, I will talk to you guys in the next video.